Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to start with Unit 3, Chapter 3 of Class 10th, Pair of Linear Equation in Two Variables. Now, as the name of chapter states, pair of linear equation in two variables. So, let us see the introduction part. In introduction, we'll see what is linear equation in two variables. So, as you have already learned in class 9th about linear equation in two variables, so this is the general form. Ax plus by plus c equal to 0 is the general form of the linear equation in two variables. Now, why it is an equation? So this equality sign, if you see, equal to 0, this equality sign indicates that this is an equation. Why it is linear? As you can see, variable used are x and y and their power is 1 only, right? So linear means degree or power 1, exponent is 1 in both the variables. So that is why it is linear, and two variables are used here. So that is why x and y are two variables used here. So that is why this equation is called linear equation in two variables. So here you can see a, b, c are real numbers. Real means rational as well as irrational, and a and b both cannot be 0 at a time. A can be 0 or b can be 0, but a and b both cannot be 0 at a time. So this is general form of linear equation in two variables. So few examples are 2x plus 3y minus 5 equal to 0. So equation which is written in this form is called, in the form of ax plus by plus c equal to 0 is called a linear equation in two variables. Or we can say 3x plus 4y minus 7 equal to 0. If one variable is missing, you can see y is missing here, so still it is a linear equation in two variables. We can make it linear equation in two variables by putting 2x plus 0 into y is equal to 5, or here you can see x is missing, so 0 into x plus 3y equal to 4. So we can make them linear equation in two variables. These all are examples of linear equation in two variables. And now what about, as the name of chapter is pair of linear equation in two variables, so in this class we are going to deal with pair means two equations at a time, pair of linear equations, and the general form will be, here we have one equation only, so that's why we have written ax plus by plus c equal to 0. In pair we have to differentiate, so we'll take it a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0, where a1 b1, right, where a1 b1 c1, a2 b2 c2, a1 a2 b1 b2 c1 c2 are all real numbers, and a1 and b1 will not be 0 at a time, or a2 or b2 will not be 0 at a time, or in other words we can write it a1 square plus b1 square is not equal to 0, or a2 square plus b2 square is not equal to 0. So this is the general form of pair of linear equation in two variables. Now we have already learned in class 9 that the graph of linear equation in two variable is always a straight line. It means when we make graph of any linear equation, we get the graph like this or like this, right? We always get linear graph of linear equation as a straight line. Now what about the graphical representation of pair of linear equation? So when we draw the graph of pair of linear equation in two variables, we have three cases. We came across with three cases. The first case is, if we draw the graph of both the equations, we get graph in this form. It means the graph might be intersecting. So the first case will be intersecting graph we can get. Other way, second case is graph is not, the lines are not intersecting. The graph of both the equation is non-intersecting. That will be parallel. And third is the graph of first equation coincide with the graph of second equation. So these are this is also the third case. We can get graph in this form also, coincident. When the equations are coincident, we get the graph in this form. So all the solutions of first equation will be the solution of second equation, right? Now we'll represent in exercise 3.1, we are going to represent all the situations. So here we have given with few situations. So we'll represent these situations algebraically as well as graphically. Algebraically means in the form of equation, and then we'll draw graph for that. Now see first question 3.1. Aftab tells his daughter, 7 years ago I was 7 times as old as you. were. Also 3 years from now, I shall be 3 times as old as you will be. Represent this situation algebraically and graphically. Now we have two unknowns. That is, let Aftab's present age be x years and Aftab's daughter's age will be y years. Right? Now we have two conditions, 7 years ago and 3 years later. First of all, we'll find the age of Aftab and his daughter 7 years ago. If present age of Aftab is x years, 7 years ago his age will be x minus 7 years. Ago means we'll subtract. Right? And Aftab's daughter age will be y minus 7 years. And what is the age 3 years later? 3 years later means after 3 years. If today age is, present age is x, after 3 years Aftab age will be x plus 3 and Aftab's daughter age will be y plus 3 years. Now according to question, Aftab is saying that his age 7 years ago, whatever his age 7 years ago will be equal to 7 times his daughter's age. So we get this form of equation, x minus 7 is Aftab's age 7 years ago is equal to 7 times his daughter's age 7 years ago. His daughter 7 years ago age was y minus 7. So x minus 7 is equal to 7 into daughter's age 7 years ago, y minus 7. So when we'll open the bracket, we get 7y minus 49. This 7 will be transposed, we get minus 42, and this 7y will come here in the left side. We get x minus 7y equal to minus 42 is the first equation. And second condition is Aftab age 3 years later will be equal to 3 times his daughter's age 3 years later. So it will be x plus 3, that is Aftab's age after 3 years. So we know Aftab age after 3 years is x plus 3 is equal to 3 times whatever his daughter's age after 3 years, that is y plus 3. Right? So we get x plus 3 is equal to 3y plus 9. 3y plus 9. Then 3 will be transposed, we get x minus 3y. This 3y will come here in the left side transposed. X minus 3y equal to 6. So x equal to, so this is the second equation. Now this is, we have represented the situations algebraically. Now we'll represent them graphically. For that, as you already know, we have done in 9th class how to represent any equation graphically. So first of all, we need solutions. As we all know that linear equation in 2 variable has infinite solution. So we'll try to find maximum 3 solutions at a time. Then we'll represent them on the graph paper and then we'll get the graph of that particular equation. Since we have 2 equations, so we'll draw the graph of both the equations on the same graph. So first of all, we'll find the solutions. If I put y 6, so you can see 7 into 6 makes it 42 minus 42, x will be 0. If I put y 5, 7 5s are 35 minus 42, x is minus 7. If I put y 7, 7 7s are 49 minus 42, makes it x7. So these are the solutions of x and y. And here if I take y minus 2, 3 into minus 2 is minus 6 plus 6 makes x0. If I take y0, x will be 6. If I take y minus 1, x is equal to minus 3 plus 6, that is x is 3. So for every value of x we got the corresponding value of y, or for every value of y we get the corresponding value of x. Now we'll represent these solutions on the graph paper. So I have made it on a sheet, you have to make it on a graph paper, and for on a graph paper we'll choose a scale. So this horizontal axis is xo x dash and this is the vertical axis yo y dash, this is origin. So we'll take a scale, 1 unit is equal to 1 centimeter. This is the positive x-axis, negative x-axis, positive y-axis, negative y-axis. Now we will plot these points on the graph paper. 0 6, 0 6 means x0 and y6 is here. Then minus 7 5, minus 7 5 means x minus 7 and y 5. So here it is minus 7 5. Then 7 7, 7 7 means x7 and y7 is here. So we get these 3 points, 1 2 3. These 3 points we have plotted, and after plotting we'll join it with the help of scale. We get the graph of this equation, x minus 7y equal to minus 42. So this is the graph of first equation. Now to plot the graph of second equation, we have to plot these coordinates. So put, when x is 0, y is minus 2. x 0, y minus 2 is here. So this is 0 minus 2. Then 6 0. So this is 6 0. x6, y0 is here only. This is 6 0. Then 3 minus 1. So you can see from here we have to plot these coordinates, x3 y minus 1. So here it is x3 and y minus 1 is here, so this is 3 minus 1. So again all the 3 points are plotted. So after joining it with the help of scale, we get the graph of x minus 3y equal to 6, the graph of second equation, right? So this is graphical representation of the pair of linear equation in two variables. Now coming to second question. The coach of a cricket team buys 3 bats and 6 balls for 3,900 rupees. Later she buys a bat and 3 more balls of same kind of for rupees 1,300. Represent the situation geometrically and algebraically. Now we'll again form two linear equation in two equations. So let the cost of one bat be x rupees and cost of one ball be y rupees. So according to question, 3 bats and 6 balls, they together cost 3,900 rupees. So if one bat is of x rupees, 3 bats will be of 3x rupees and 6 ball is of 6y rupees. So 3x plus 6y equal to 3,900. Taking out 3 common, we get 3 into x plus 2y is equal to 3,900. Then this 3,900 divided by 3 gives 1,300 on the right side. So this is the first equation. And second situation is if she buys one bat and 3 more balls. So bat means one bat means x rupees, 3 balls means 3y rupees, and they together cost 1,300 rupees. So x plus 3y equal to 1,300. This is the second equation. Now again we'll represent it graphically, and for that we need the coordinates, and we'll find out 3 solutions of x and y. So if I put y0 here, I get x 1,300. If I put y 600, 6 2s are 1,200, and after transposing 1,300 minus 1,200, x is 100. Then I will put y 700, 7 into 2, 1,400. So after transposing I get 1,300 minus 1,400 is minus 100. So these are the, for every value of y we get the corresponding value of x. So we have found 3 solutions of 3 coordinates of x and y. Similarly here also, if we put y0, x is 1,300. If we put y 400, this is 4 3s are 1,200, and after transposing x will be 100. If I put y 500, 1,500, it makes it 1,500. 1,300 minus 1,500 makes x minus 200. Now we will plot these points on a graph paper, and as you can see, the values of x and y are more than 100, 200, 300. We have to, as you can see, the right side is 1,300, so we'll choose the values of x or y as more than 100, not as 1 2 3, because otherwise we'll get the very bigger values, right? That will be not easy to plot it on the graph paper. So to plot the graph, we'll choose a scale of 1 unit is equal to 200 centimeter on x-axis and 1 unit is equal to 100 centimeter on y-axis. So after plotting 1,300 0, so between 1,200 and 1,400 is 1,300 comma 0. So here it is x 1,300 and y is 0. Then x 100, so between 0 and 200 is 100, right? X is 100 and y is 600. So this is 100 comma 600. Then x is minus 100. Between 0 and minus 200 is minus 100, and y is 700. So here it is minus 100 comma 700. So after plotting these 3 points, we'll join it with the help of scale. So we get this graph. This is the graphical representation of first equation, x plus 2y equal to 1,300. Similarly, we'll plot these points also, and after plotting these points we get the graph in this form. So this is the graph of x plus 3y equal to 1,300. So as I told you that we have 3 cases. Either the graph of both the equations will intersect, so you can see here in this case the graph of both the equation is intersecting at this point, right? The graph is in intersection form. So this is question number 2. Now coming to question 3, the cost of 2 kg of apples and 1 kg of grapes on a day was found to be 160, and cost of 4 kg of apples and 2 kg of grapes is 300. Represent it algebraically and graphically. So again, suppose the cost of 1 kg apples be x rupees and cost of 1 kg grapes be y rupees. So according to question, 2 kg apples and 1 kg grapes together cost 160 rupees. So 2x plus y equal to 160. And similarly 4 kg apples and 2 kg grapes together cost 300. So it is 4x plus 2y equal to 300. Taking out 2 common, we get 2 into 2x plus y is equal to 1300. So 300 divided by 2 gives 150. So 2x plus y equal to 150. So this is first equation, and second equation then we'll represent them graphically. So we'll take the values, we'll put the values of y, we get the corresponding values of x. Similarly here, if we put the values of y, we get the corresponding values of x, and then we'll plot them on the graph paper like this, right? If x is 80, y is 0. If x is 60, y is 40. If x is 40, y is 80. So after joining, we get the graph of first equation. Similarly, if x is 40, y is 70. If x is 50, y is 50. And if x is 60, y is 30. And after joining, I'll get the graph of second equation as this. So you can see the graph of this case will be parallel lines, right? So this completes question 3 as well as exercise 3.1. I hope this exercise is clear to everyone. Thank you so much.